What up, ECC? Welcome back. Another edition of Eves County Conference Fantasy Football Show. We're doing week 8 matchup edition. I know we're late this week, but I was busy. Stuff happens. So, what we're going to do, as usual, go over the normal matchups. I'm going to probably go a little quicker this week because I wanted to check a few other things. Last year, a year before, when I used to send out the write-ups instead of doing these videos, I think it was probably week 6 to 8 around now is when I looked at mid-season who's been top 3. So I actually took a look to see who's got the best players so far up to this point. I was also looking at the record book because I haven't opened up my laptop in forever. And I forgot we actually had that. So if you guys haven't looked, go on your desktop or laptop, take a look at the link for record book. You might find some stats in there pretty funny. I'll take a look at a few that I found pretty amusing myself. So in any case, jumping right in, we're going to do my game as usual because I can. I'm the commish. I make the decisions. Fear boners, my team is facing D's Nuts, Andy's team. Now, I already had Tucker go Thursday night. Yeah. Thursday Night Football, which was a shit show. I mean, Baltimore just destroyed Miami. I think Baltimore's defense got almost 50 points, so we'll get to that game later. But in any case, Tucker got me 13. So with a 50-yarder, 40-yarder, 4 extra points, I mean, 13 points, pretty solid. So starting actually from the bottom this week, my kicker over Bullock, because Bullock sucks. Cincinnati, for some reason, gets just a extra point or two from their kicker. He's got like 2 field goals all season. So he's a plug and play, I'm pretty sure, for Andy, but much better me. Seattle versus Houston at home. Cincinnati. I do like him actually against Indianapolis because Indianapolis is not very good since Luck hasn't come back. Brissett's can only do so much. Gore's old. Seattle's a really good defense though, and Watson does scare me. That's why I'm gonna pick Cincinnati. Now, Cohen, not doing as much as he did at the beginning of the season. Hyde much better. He's actually more healthy, so definitely Hyde. Henry versus Ertz. Ertz all day. Ertz is number 1 from Wentz, and this is where Wentz, you have him and you're playing him, so it's going to help me there. Now, I wanted to start from the bottom because what's basically going to start happening is that's for Henry. He also has Benjamin playing, Allen playing, and if you guys all know, I have to play Rivers. Rivers, has a good game, and chances are he's going to throw to Allen, and maybe he gets a bomb to Benjamin, and let's say Henry gets one too. That's at least 45 to 60 points minimum, I'm thinking, from his Charger receivers. Let's say Rivers gets 40. So he's already got me up there, but that's 3-1 players. Now, if the rest of my players do shit like I'm expecting, because I have to play Doxton and Smith-Schuster, I just went that route because I'm hoping for that Bryant doesn't play because he's talking so much smack, and that Roethlisberger's going to just hit him because he has to. He has no one other besides him except Antonio Brown. Now, he has Baldwin, Allen, Benjamin. So, again, his wide receivers are better than mine. Cooks, you never know what you're going to get. So, the only chance I have is my running backs, Bell and Hunt versus his Kelly and Riddick. Riddick, I like chances for getting the points for Abdullah's, where Abdullah doesn't get the catches, Riddick, I think, will. Kelly will get some carries there. Thompson, I still like. Bell and Hunt are obviously better. So either way, they're just going to get the lion's share of whatever they in those offenses. They need good games for me to win. But at this point, surprisingly enough, I have a feeling that Wentz is going to have another good game. Rivers is going to do enough to those players where they're going to outscore me. Bell and Hunt have to have bad games eventually, and this probably is the week. So I have this feeling it's that upset. So as of right now, I'm going to give it to you, Andy. I can't believe it, but I'm going to pick you to beat me. Not by a lot, but You're gonna win. I think. So at this point, I'm giving to you D's nuts. Now the next game I've got here on our matchups. Let's do championship versus tater salad. Not the game of the week. We got a 4 versus 8 seed. Who did I like? I usually go through and do a little preliminary lookup. And at this point, this one was pretty even. On like overall, I think I was like back and forth. Let me see here. Oh yeah, that's what it was. Yahoo's has Danny projected to win. He had a great game from Baltimore, 50 points. Ajayi only got 15, a little less than 15. Stills, crap game, 11 points, still above his projected. On paper, again, Danny's supposed to win, but I picked Eric. And this is why. I have a feeling Elliott is going to have another great game. McCoy is going to have a great game. Powell is going to have an okay game, but he's just going to have enough points to outdo Danny's players. Now, Jeffrey is going to do okay because Wentz I like. Crabtree, I think not going to do as much because Buffalo has got a great defense, so that's very scary play. Garcon, hate. Philadelphia is going to probably shut down San Francisco's play too, but Garcon just not going to get the touchdown. So that's why I don't like to play really. Gordon still a little tweaked, but Elliott just dominates. McKinnon not going to do what he did that first game he played. Again, McCoy's dominate. So just random little spots like that. Just the quarterbacks. Breeze versus Chicago. Chicago actually has a fairly good defense. Surprisingly enough, they just don't have an offense. So Matt Ryan facing New Jersey. I said it last week. He's due to a game. He's due again. Some week he's gonna get like 4 touchdowns. I'm feeling it. Why not? Even though it's probably not gonna happen this week, but I have a feeling Matt Ryan's gonna do a little bit better than Breeze. With Hill though, scary against Denver. He's still gonna do okay, but I think the key out of all of it's gonna be the kicker. I think it's gonna be somehow Bryant that wins this game over Elliott. I just feel it somehow in my gut. I got a pretty good one. So in this case, championship barely again beating Danny. I got that one as that's what it's supposed to be, a 4 over 8, but again Yahoo had it different. The next one I had, which was not the game of the week, I gotta make sure I skip that one over. Let's just go to the I guess we just have to play game. The Brian versus Graham game. You guys actually, it's not as bad. It's just because you have the lowest scoring projections or whatever. This one I did pick, just to let you know right off the bat, Brian. Sorry, Graham. I have nomads, flushing your toilet here. We got Brady. That's why part of it. Brady just destroying the Chargers. Big score, high scoring game in that one. That's what I'm hoping Rivers has to score because their defense sucks. So, but Brady's gonna just do enough. Gronk, I have a feeling is gonna get a touchdown. So Widmark are gonna benefit. Dalton gonna do 2 touchdowns, but he should get 4. That's where the rest of this stuff. Evans definitely gonna do better than Landry. AJ better than Thomas. Again, I like because Michael Thomas is not doing good. His knee's hurt. Fuller versus Seattle's defense, it's a little scary. Fuller, I don't think is going to have one of those great games. Thompson, definitely going to get some points versus Dallas. Probably a receiving touchdown. Cousins loves him. Duke Johnson, Jr. Not as weak. He's playing in London, the Pond, they say, over in the Pond, or whatever you call it. those games suck. The London games suck. So whoever has Cleveland and Minnesota is gonna have a week off. It's gonna be a 9-6 game. I don't like Mac versus Miller, even though Miller is facing Seattle. Rudolph, I like Cook better. This is one I do like for Graham, but because again, London games suck. McCaffrey definitely not over Freeman though. Freeman I think should do fine with New Jersey being his opponent. Lutz I like though with the New Orleans offense. New England, I think it's going to be Brady touchdown game. So those famous extra points, what I refer to for kickers, which could be a 3 or 4 point game out of your kicker, which sucks. Pittsburgh going against Stafford. Definitely going to score more than 8 points. Miami got versus Baltimore. Again, that game sucked for Miami. So overall, that's why I picked Brian. So we got the 2 left. And I already did that one. We already did that one. You know what? We'll save game of the week for last, like normal. So we've got D's over me so far, championship over Danny, Brian over Graham. Let's do my brother over Widmark. So guess who's game of the week? Got some, one guy is a new person, but we'll talk about it in a minute. Now, the reason we got Charger fan over Big Blaze, because Chad's team is just looking great on paper. Too good on paper, unfortunately. So, going through it, like looking at the other matchups, let's go back here and look at the teams. Let's see. I wonder why I couldn't. Oh yeah, I went off the page, guys. Sorry, I was way off in no man's land here. So looking at it, Yahoo had it, of course, picked it the same way, but I don't think it was because of that. I like Watson just for some reason, again, doing better than Wilson, even though Wilson's been having some pretty good games. Antonio, definitely like over Hogan, even though Hogan's going to have a good game. Cooper, a little bit over Benjamin just because he had the 200-yard game and hoping that Carr likes it, even though it shouldn't do that good against Buffalo. So this one's pretty much a coin flip. Do like Hopkins over Crowder. I like Ingram over Anderson. I like Dion over Latavius because playing against London. I don't know if the grass is like this high. Nobody does anything over there. It's slow game. This is where Gronk, though, I do like over that Seferian Jenkins, even though he's a really good play. So it's not like he's playing a really bad tight end. For some reason, that shitty tight end is doing good. Sanu, definitely not over Doug Martin, though, because I like running backs over wide receivers in the flex position we have, or even tight ends, whoever ends up picking them there. Kicker, Butker, the over Boswell. The Kansas City offense is high octane. They score points. He's doing really good. He looks confident when I see him play because they're always, for some reason, in like a primetime game, or I'm always watching a Kansas City Chief game for some reason. Boswell's not. He's just Boswell. So the reason on the last slot, I still don't know why you have New Orleans in there, Chad, but maybe you haven't put back in Houston because Seattle, you're scared of Russell. Russell's on his team. Maybe you just forgot. I don't know. But Carolina's probably not going to do much different against Tampa Bay. I'd actually rather if you had Tampa Bay's defense in there, Widmark, to beat Carolina because Cam's so up and down. So that one, you guys, coin flip, really. So I don't think I'm even take that into my consideration. But at this point, I just like more of Chad's paper players. So that's why I'm going with the Charger fan, smoking up the Blaze again. Very close. Very close. And I don't want Chad to win. But game of the week. Can't believe it. Rob again going against the 9 seed. This one is probably, I'm way off, but I'm picking Wolverines. Picking the 9 over the 1 to upseed because Robbie is on a 5 game win streak, and he's got to lose sometime. Besides that, I do like some of the matchups. More on Charlie's side than I do on the Rob side this week. Cousins, I do like as a shootout versus Prescott and versus Dallas. Roethlisberger should have a great same thing shootout versus Detroit on Sunday Night Football, but Detroit's got a great secondary. For some reason, they just like to intercept the ball. Then Roethlisberger likes to throw interceptions. So, yeah, does not favor him. So Cousins, Thomas versus Jackson. That's a coin flip to me because I don't like Denver's wide receivers. But Sanders is out, so they really have to use Thomas more besides Benny Fowler. So I'm actually going to give it to Thomas. Probably not any other week, though, Rob. Now, Dez Bryant versus Julio. I do like Julio because I think, again, Matt Ryan's eventually got to have a crazy kick game. He has to have a crazy game. Hilton versus Aguilar. Nope. Aguilar because San Francisco, Wentz likes him. Got another touchdown last week. Glad you put him back in there. That's obvious. Now just keep playing him until he doesn't do anything. Mixon, do like this game. He talked, said, "What the hell, guys? I was doing good. Sat me and we lost." He's gonna get used just as a point. I'm hoping, like, so his coach go, "Oh look, I used you and you didn't do anything." So I actually do like Mixon over Howard this week as a sneaky little play. Abdullah, Blunt scares me because they have like a whole bunch of running backs over there. Abdullah definitely gets more of 15 to 20 ticks, so just a little bit more for him. So I like him over Blunt. Brait and Kelsey, pretty even matchup, even though on paper it's Kelsey. Denver is a scary defense. Brait doesn't matter what he's just good right now, so I'm going to give it to Brait because he's playing against Denver there, Rob. White over Crowell. I don't even remember how you got Crowell. Maybe there was a trade or something, or you dropped and picked him up. I don't know, but I don't remember your team. Vinatieri, McManus, doesn't really matter, but Vinatieri, I guess, just because I like the name more right now. I don't like Minnesota and Cleveland's offenses, so it's a great defensive game right there. Philadelphia, though, really good defense play against San Francisco. I'll just give you one, Rob, because Philadelphia definitely should do some something on defensive side versus San Francisco, and Minnesota could just not do anything but just be a low-scoring game. So let's just go Philadelphia. Overall, Wolverines upset of the week, game of the week. Finally going to go 3-5 with Robbie going 6-2. Put me back in contention because I think that's where I would be. Or no, I would be 5-3. So actually, it would pretty much keep everything about the same. Maybe someone else would be moving up because I project I'm going to lose to D's nuts. So at this point, we got Wolverines, Charger fan, D's championship, nomads. I also took a quick look, as I mentioned, the top 3. Crazy enough, Wino, you got Alex Smith, number 1 overall quarterback. We've got the Wentz coming in number 2, Brady number 3. Wide receivers, we got Brown is number 1. So I guess a good pick, Chad, since he's still, as of right now, week 8, number 1 wide receiver. Tyreek number 2 and AJ number 3. So Brian, you've got 2 right guys in the top 3 overall in scoring points. So pretty good. Running backs. This is where I've got 2 of the 3, as I should. But Chad's got number 1 by .30. That's like 1 carry because it's .50 or something like that. So it's like, I don't know how he did it, but he's literally got me just like that. Todd Gurley over Kareem Hunt. Bell number 3. So Chad number 1 with Girl. Ertz, I'm going to give some credit to Rob because he's the one who drafted him. He traded him to me, but me and him have overall number 1. Gronk's number 2 with Widmark. Number 3 goes to Kelsey for Orgasm. So technically he had 2 of the top 3 tight ends on his team. But he had to trade also because, if you guys didn't notice, same bye weeks. So he couldn't use him really, except if he double slotted, and he didn't really want to do that. Now, what I also noticed too when I looked at the what was it again called, the record book? Yeah, record book. There was some so far nothing too crazy, but from years past, I don't know if you guys remember, but it keeps track of everything: wins, losses, points. The current streak Rob's on is 5. The longest all time was 10. Our former Brian Megatron. So keep going, Rob. You have a chance. He's gonna win 5 more in a row. All time still season winner 13, also for Brian, old Megatron. So I'm hoping there's a chance somebody takes that out. So it's not even that long ago, 2014. Most losses, I'm pretty sure this was Graham's inaugural year. Apollo Ono was 14. He lost 14 and had lost 10 in a row in 2012. That sucked. Most losses this season, I think, was 6. And he's at 5 in a row, so he at least won and broke that. So there's no way I don't think that's going to happen or be broken this season. So he's going to hold the record there still, Graham. Single weeks and nothing spectacular. Man, Brian holds a lot of all-time. I actually hold that with him. Week 9 of 2015. A smallest margin of victory, 0.15. I don't know if that's exact. I guess it has to be accurate because it says it keeps track since 2011. The 2009 and 10 seasons are not counted in, unfortunately, because they weren't keeping data back then. It wasn't backlogged or whatever we call it on a server somewhere. Everything else was normal or whatever. Nothing crazy on head-to-head points and stuff like that. There was something else, though, that I had found pretty amusing. Passing yards, least all time. One time back in 2016, wait for it, played Danny in school, got 4 yards. 4 yards. So that's pretty good. Pretty good for your quarterback there. All time, we still have Mr. Nice Guy with 517. Played My Brother Loves Men, week 1 of 2011. 517 yards, still the most passing yards. Wow. Man, there's some old stats on here. 2011 sold some of our all-time records. So there's some records to be broken, guys, is bottom line. So go in there and take a look. There's so many. It's just something to do if you guys have a free moment. You can't see this through the app on your phone. So I just wanted to, take a quick moment and just bring that to you guys' attention if you forgot about it. So besides that, we'll get to the recaps after we play our game tomorrow. Again, sorry this is late. It's already tomorrow, actually. I don't even know what time it is, but it's pretty late. Kids had to go to bed. Wife's gone to San Francisco, so in any case, I'm gonna upload. So probably be on there tomorrow for your morning shit. Breakfast burritos on your way to work. Whatever you got to do. So till next time, ECC. Catchphrase: